guys, day 2 of the 21 days of Yule. Let's see what we're getting into today. Day 2 is, I always have such a hard time finding the numbers on these things. Here we go, we're down here. And today's activity is a message of self-awareness. Today is about a message of self-awareness, and I'll be sharing this pick a card reading or pick a pile reading with you. And I'm using the Osho Zen Tarot and the Oracle of Echoes. If you want more information about those decks, I will try to remember to have a link to them down below. But first, just to get started, focus, take a few deep breaths, and think about what you most need to hear right now, what your message of self-awareness might be. Pause this video if you need a little bit more time. Once you've selected your pile, just make a note of it in the comments down below so that you have recorded your gut feeling. And then if you like, after the reading, you want to share any comments, you're more than welcome to do that. But I just like to put it there so that I have a record for myself, even if you choose to delete it after or to not hit enter and save the post. I hope that makes sense. But let's get started and let's get into your message of self-awareness. If you chose pile number 1 here with our little gnome friend, the cards that have come through for you is the slowing down card, which I'll bring that up a little closer so you can see it. And the Oracle of Echoes card is trust. So the message of slowing down and trust together is really about your relationship with control. Notice in this part of the year, especially as we approach the holiday season, depending on the obligations you have in front of you, depending on the things that you feel like you really want to get done, it can be easy to get swept up in that sense of obligation, in that sense of other people's expectations. It can be really easy to hold yourself to an impossibly high standard. And these cards are calling for you to really take a deep breath, step back, look at the bigger picture, and slow everything way, way down. The trust card shows somebody with their heart literally, oh, there we go. The trust card shows somebody with their heart literally in their hands. And this is really a message about remembering your worth, has less to do with perfection and less to do with what criteria you need to meet or what obligations you fulfill, and more to do with who you are as a person. And so you're being asked to put a little more faith in the depth of your relationships and in who you truly are, and perhaps ease up on some of the pressure you may have been putting on yourself. Remember to slow down and take time to really enjoy your experiences this season. Moving on to pile number 2. This is the one with our Hello Kitty snowflake. The cards that have come through for you in the Osho Zen is the Outsider. The Outsider. And in the Oracle of Echoes, your card is the Ancestors. The Outsider and the Ancestors. Another thing that often bubbles up for people around this time of year is feeling as a sense of disconnect or a sense of not belonging, perhaps with family or with social circles, or perhaps there's something about the way that you celebrate the holidays that makes you feel separate from other people. There's a sense of being on the outside looking into other people's happiness and other people's joy. And these cards are asking you to take a step back, just like in the pile number 1. You're being asked to get some perspective here, to recognize that just like with the little boy here in this scene, he feels like he's locked out of the garden or locked out of this play area, but in reality the lock isn't locked at all. He could just simply unlink the chain, set it aside, and go enjoy the joy and the fun that he thinks he sees. The Ancestors' presence here is a reminder that you are already whole, that you are not ever truly alone. And the message here is a reminder that you are only as lonely as you allow yourself to be, in the sense that you can try new things, put yourself out there, take some risks. I get a feeling from these cards together that there may be some hesitance to take chances in the emotional realm. Perhaps there's somebody you want to reach out to that you've been hesitating to reach out to, or perhaps There is something you've been longing to try, something new you want to dive into, but you've just held yourself back thinking maybe it's not your time yet. But the ancestors are here to nudge and support you along, to encourage you to try new things, engage in new activities, and definitely take some risks. Let's move on now to pile number 3. This is with our little unicorn friend. And here we have the Osho Zen card, Guilt. Make sure we focus there. Guilt. And in the Oracle of Echoes, we have Let Go. And so the message of self-awareness for pile number 3 is to notice what it is that's weighing you down. What are you holding on to that doesn't serve your highest good? What are you allowing to take up mental and emotional real estate that isn't in your best interest, that isn't serving your wellness, your well-being, or your personal growth? These cards are really inviting you to take a hard look at what you're spending your mental energy and emotional energy on, and to do a bit of an inventory and recognize that there are things in life that we can't control, and this may be an invitation to consciously release those things that you have no control over, that you can't necessarily directly change or affect. You may be holding on to regret from situations or happenings from your past, and these cards combined really remind you that that's not serving you or anyone else. Even if you've made a misstep with somebody that you love, there's still an opportunity to grow and to heal. You may not be able to hit the rewind button and get a do-over, but you certainly can move forward and be the healthiest you that you can be. This card invites you to perhaps not linger so heavily on the past and the things that can't be undone, but instead to look ahead to the bright future you have in front of you, to set your sights on the horizon and refocus on the future. Thank you so much for joining me for this Choose a Card reading. I'm really enjoying our 21 days of Yule. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that this reading served your highest good. If anything was unclear about anything I said in these messages, please feel free to leave a comment down below. If you want to share how these messages did or didn't resonate with you, that would be fantastic. I always see readings like this that are provided in a general way to reach the people that really need to hear the messages, and they may not apply to everybody. But I hope that these messages reached who they needed to reach. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll see you later. Bye!